When Akeredolu became the governor of Ondo State, one of the things I told him before he became the governor, because he was reaching out here, I told him, sir, don't say Ondo State did not have enough resources. Ondo State have Oluwa class. Ondo State have Orerele Park. Ondo State have this rubber plantation in Araromi Rubber Estate. They have this Nairobi. They have all these things. You abandon all these things over time. What if you put few resources into this project? Don't you think that Michelin in Agbabu or in Araromi Rubber Estate will end up producing tires so that you can tell any company that is coming to sell cars in Nigeria not to bring in tires to the country, that the tires that every vehicle will be using in Ondo State will be coming from Michelin in Araromi Rubber Estate. At the end of the day, that will become a very big employer of the people. And the state will be generating internal revenue from that state. If you do that, you go to this what is it called? This Oluwa Glass in Okitipupa. Oluwa Glass can manufacture every single glasses that a vehicle needs. The windshield, the one at the back, the side mirror, the side windows, and all of that. So that anybody that is coming to sell vehicle in Ondo State, they have to buy those glasses from Ondo State to make sure to assemble their cars. So by so doing, what I'm technically telling you is that anybody that is coming to sell car in Nigerian market have to rely on products from Nigeria. That is what America. Do you think America manufacture these goods? They don't. They pick all these parts from everywhere. With the ones America have, they assemble them. They call them American specs. Toyota is not an American company. Those who do what they do, the ones they can do in Japan, they bring it here. Then the ones we have that we know we have the greatest advantage, we sell it to them. They couple all of them. That is how we have all these car companies here. So what is too big in all these things that Nigeria cannot replicate? Why do we have to overly depend on oil? My brother, this is sickening.
that is the leadership.
No, we are talking about, look at Ifon Ceramic in Ondo State again. Ifon Ceramic can make all the ceramic that is needed in vehicles, in boats, in aeroplane. We are crying of lack of potable water. What stopped Ondo State from having Ondo State Water Corporation that is so efficient and is able to produce water at a cheaper rate that the entire nation state can buy from? That is what they do here, my brother. These things are not rocket science. You just need leaders that are creative and can rely on the human potential of Nigeria, not just depending on the money from oil. That is when I told you about trading, when I told you about investing in the people, when I told you that the people are the greatest resources that Nigeria has. That is what I was talking about. It is when you do all these things that you are able to, to provide employment for the people, and they will be very happy to go to work in the morning. And by so doing, everybody that is working that you have trained, including all these companies, we make sure we hold them accountable in such a way that they have to pay back the money you spend on them in form of taxation.
All right, Mr. Monde. Now I'm looking at you as a human being. No? Now I also want to believe that the man in Nanaso Rock is also a human being. He also have a family. Sometimes he also get angry. He can also have bad mood. Sometimes he have good mood.
Right.
But does that individual feel concern of what is happening in the country? That Nigerians have become like animals.
Right.
Does that concern that individual?
Because they are benefiting from this cruel system that they put in place. That is the problem. It is not only the man in Aso Rock. You see, the problem of Nigeria is not Buhari alone. The 36 state governors are some of the greatest problems. If you are making all this money, you get all this money from federal government, you are also generating some from your own local people that are paying rents and other taxation. The question is, how are you transforming those wealth? What are you doing with that money? So you have a situation in Nigeria where one man will stockpile over $300 billion in a toilet in his house. What is that money doing in the toilet? I mean, these are funds that you can expand into investment that would, my goodness. It's just that they are not seeing tomorrow. They are not seeing the future. Look at the cocoa house that Awolowo was left for us. The building is dilapidated, but that was the same cocoa glass house that served the entire Western Nigeria. That was where I also generated the fund that he used in running the educational system that make people go to school free of charge. That was where the money that was used to create the first television station in Africa, in Ibadan, came from. So the question is, what is so difficult in these people, this present crop of leaders, seeing that Nigeria can develop if they do these little things? Even they themselves would be at peace. But because they lack foresight, because they are cruel, because their mind is not productive, because they are lazy, so they believe that free money from oil is just sufficient. It is.
But wait, Monde. Is it really only the leader that we can hold accountable here? What about the Nigerian people? Are they really helpless in the situation? Okay, now, you see, we didn't talk of Edo State. You know that Edo State, the War of Benin, for example, is one of the most important human achievements. But do you know that the same war are being torn down by the people of Benin? I mean, do we have a cultural problem here of preservation of our property, of our things?
You see, when the head suffers, every single part of the body will be sick. You cannot. I understand that when it comes to nation building, the citizens have their own roles as well. But the role of the citizens are clearly defined and directed by the direction that the leadership is heading. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
The people cannot single-handedly just stand up that, okay, I want to build cocoa factory. They might not have the resources. In the United States, for example, individuals can just stand up and say, okay, I want to build a company that will hire people. But the government create conditions that make that individual responsible. Excuse me. They also create conditions that make it easy for that individual to have the necessary resources that allows him to fulfill that dream.